Beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Will you be mine? Could you be mine? I love to have a neighbor just like you. As long as you're not full of drama, I can deal with you too. Beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Could you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hey, boys and girls, welcome, 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 welcome to another episode of King Simon Presents Only Quality People. That's right, we got a special guest coming up at the top of the hour. Approximately in 8 minutes, we have Dr. Shakira Moore. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Let me pull up a little. Pull up to the bumper, baby. Oh. Big up to my cousin Grace Jones. Yes, on my father's side, she's the second cousin. So big up to her. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? I'm feeling good today. Today is March the 16th. Happy born day to Yenda's priestess Yenda's daughter, and I've had on my show Netta. She's doing wonderful work in the spiritual dominatrix dominatrix family. So big up to her, and she's been on my show now. We spoke about this spiritual dominatrix thing, so it is what it is, and she love whipping them white folks. She does it for the ancestors. she, she's a spiritual dominatrix and she's an author. So that is hilarious. So big up to her. Where is she at for her 40th birthday today? I can't believe Yendes has a 40-year-old daughter. So big up to Priestess Yendes, who will be on our show for her new book probably next month. We're going to talk about her new book. And right now, I think she's in Grenada doing her spiritual work. So I hope the family's well. How you doing out there? Let me shout out some of the people that's in the chat. If you're in the chat on Instagram and Facebook, shout out to you. Big up to Empress Nettie. Big up to Empress Nettie. I think yes, I've been a singer since I was a child. You know, I went up to number 5 in the reggae chart. So yeah, I've been singing. Thank you very much, Empress. Big up to Crossroad. Crossroad. Lord have mercy. There's a place in Jamaica called Crossroads, you know. All right. Big up to all the Americans, the Caribbeans, the Africans. Big up to all the Canadians. Big up to all the Asians. Big up to all the melanated people of the world. Big up to Barry Tone Jones, ready to hear insight from Divine Feminine. Yeah, me too. I'm ready for the sister to come on. But of course, we have to take care of the business as usual, letting y'all know who's coming up. This is Women's History Month. So all you beautiful women, I want y'all to share this with all the women because this is not just for women, but it's for brothers who love their woman. Today's particular topic is what women should focus on during the spring season. And it's also for men, but I wanted to focus on the women, but we are definitely this what she has to speak about in regards to cleansing your system and all that, because remember the spring season deals with new beginnings. This is the actual original natural new year when spring starts shooting up flowers and plants and all that kind of stuff. So I can't wait to hear what she has to say. And do remember, want to remind all of you beautiful people that on the 21st of this month, well, not the 21st, on Wednesday, we are going to be interviewing Anthony Browder, Tony Browder, right here, Professor Tony Browder. We are the ancient ones on the planet, or we are the ancient one of the planet, you know, but on the planet, we are the ancient ones on the planet. So I want to let people know that, and we're going to dive in from all aspect of the planet, from here to Africa, all of that. We're going to get in it. All right. Just want to let y'all know that on the 22nd of March, we continue with our Women History Month series. Dr. Nalani Valentine, Dr. Phil Valentine's wife, will be on with us. Life is what you make it, but live it in a holistic way. Big up to her. And that's happening on March the 22nd. And on March the 25th, we're going to have the one, the only, one of my teachers in martial arts, Hanshi Khalik Lewis, a day with the Masters event, and keep their legacies alive. We're going to talk about the Masters and why we should keep the martial arts Masters, both male and female, legacy alive. So Khalik will be with us live and direct. And then on the 29th, closing out the month of Women's Herstory Month, we have this mother and daughter team that will be with us on March the 29th, Daisy and Dolores Peters, making their debut on my channel. And the name of the book is called Did God Forget to Color Our Feet? Man, what a powerful, powerful. I read the book. I got the book. It's in my archives, and I'll pull it out when they're on the channel. But I told it, I promised her that I was going to get the book. I promised her that I was going to read the book. I promised the little girl and her mother, who I'm known the mom and her sister for many years. So, and of course, I want to remind everybody, get your tickets. Tickets are moving. A lot of vendors are coming through. Blue Pillars vending on this one. Me, all of us, myself, and Lloyd Strayhorn will be doing 10-minute sessions in there while I'm busy. If I don't do it, Lloyd will be there to do it. And it's going to be Unc Rising Sun Cafunia. She's going to be doing the sound bowl alignment. Anthony T. Browder is going to do a presentation on the 50 years that he's been doing this, 50 plus years. So that, and this is his first time in Nicholas, Brooklyn. So y'all want to get y'all tickets, y'all can go to Eventbrite at Nicholas, Brooklyn. And if you can't find it there, I can give it to you right now, family. I can give it to you right now, right now, right now. I can give it to you right now. So let me put it in the chat real quick if y'all want to come on out and enjoy Anthony T. Browder. It's only $40 in advance, $50 at the door. And guess what? Children are absolutely free from 0 to 17. People might say, F them kids. No, we ain't effing them kids. We want them kids in the building. I've heard comedians say, F them kids. I'm like, nah, what you talking about? You was once a kid. What the heck you effing kids for? And telling you don't like kids and all that kind of craziness. You know, people, the comedy world be doing too much sometimes, you know. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to see, oh, sorry, cancel that. If you want to see Anthony T. Browder, please come on out. This is the link inside the chat right now. And you could go to the Eventbrite right now, directly to the link. And if you want to see the live stream, we got a live stream up there too. So if you can't make it to Brooklyn, New York, in the gentrified neighborhood of Bedford-Stuyvesant Heights. That's what they call it now. This is called Bedford-Stuyvesant Heights. Thank you. Bedford-Stuyvesant Heights. Hell no, it's do or die. Best side. That's what it is. Stop playing. All right. So big up to everybody on Instagram that's locked in. What's up, y'all? Big up to Netta Locks in the building. Big up to Painting in the building. Big up to Bip for you in the building. Big up to Magic J in the building. Big up to everybody that's tuning in on Instagram. More Performance in the building. Everybody that's coming in on Instagram right now. And everybody that's coming on Facebook. Make sure my Facebook page is going good. All right, where Facebook at? Where you at? Where you at? Facebook. Where you at? Where you at? Come on, Facebook. Where you at? Where you at? Want to make sure my Facebook page is going good. All right. I think it is. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. It better be. What's going on with my Facebook page? There you go. All right, good. Yeah, Facebook is working. All right, so family, in the next couple of minutes, we're going to be bringing on the sister. Our sister, you know how they are sometimes. But just want to remind everybody more, give y'all more insight about certain things. I will be on this show on the 19th. I will be on the Spiritual Pathway Holistic Healing on the 19th on their YouTube channel from 7:30 to like 8:30, I believe. And that's going to be a good show. And big up to Radiohead, my man, Radiohead Rich. I got his cigars. Although I'm not a smoker, you can use it to smudge your house. You can use it at like an incense. I did take a few puffs to see how smooth it was because I haven't smoked weed and all that kind of stuff in years. So I'm glad that Brother Rich sent me my cigars, and it was a great spiritual experience. I can actually say that. All right. And just before we bring on our guests, I see in the background, my next lesson is called Hold On to Those Who Holds On to You. Hold on to those who hold on to you. This particular quote I heard Buju Banton say recently when he was with Queen's Flips. So I wanted to break down the word hold and the word holds, because he added an S to the end, although it's HOLD, but he added an S. But there was something, the frequency of the S changed the word hold to something different. And I want to explain that to y'all when it comes to using certain words. Um, Last but not least, let me shout out a few people before I bring her on. Remember, family, get my audiobook. Get my audiobook right now. If you join my membership, you can listen to my audiobook live and direct. My membership is only, this is my new banner here for the audiobook, $9.99 is for the audiobook, and you get to listen to all 4 hours of this, or my first ever audiobook produced by my son, Prince of Magic. So enough respect to him and what he does at Green Studio NYC. Of course, we got to shout out our brother Lloyd Strayhorn. I know he just got off his show, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Nicholas, we're doing a fundraiser. We're going to remember the GoFundMe fundraiser is still going on, but we're doing a major fundraiser on April the 18th. Professor Smalls confirmed, Black Dot confirmed, KT confirmed, Blue Pill confirmed. We waiting on Narubi Sela says she's coming to perform. I mean, we got some people for just that. Narubi is coming out of retirement. If y'all never seen Nairobi perform, oh man, y'all got to see Nairobi. She's one of those conscious artists, female artists that's right up there with Sarak back in the day. So I can't wait to see Nairobi. So it's all happening at Nicholas, but you can still support the machine of Nicholas to keep that store there by going to nicholasbrooklyn.com and go straight to the GoFundMe and support them. All right. Let's see, what else do I have to big up before I bring her on? Okay, boom. I got the 13th annual gathering and the Circle of the Sanukas. I'm going to be covering it on May the 2nd or Saturday, May the 2nd. So make sure you go to the website, studymartialarts.com. Big up to Professor Bill and all the Sanukas family. And then then in June, we have the only Professor Zahalia in Long Beach. I'll be going out there to cover that on my YouTube channel, just like I covered DOS Con 6 recently. And April 4th, I'll be covering this one also. April 4th, I'll be covering this one. So I'm in the building in some of these martial arts places, and I'm going to be in the food buildings covering on my YouTube channel, getting interviews and all that kind of stuff. This is what I'm doing just to keep myself moving and grooving while I'm here in New York. All right. So the person that I'm bringing on here, she's not a stranger. And last but not least, before I bring her on, big up to my sister, Dr. Alicia, that's doing My Mother, My Mirror, a 12-week online 4:44 a.m. mother wound healing course for ladies. Ladies, if you're having problems and having those wound healing problems with your mother and you didn't connect with your mother, you're still going through stuff and mommy issues, please go to the website, mymothermymirror.com. That's mymothermymirror.com. It begins April the 4th at 4:44 a.m. CST. And of course, if you want to get faster response, please text the word mirror to 615-812-6342. That's 615-812-6342. Those that having mother issues and you want to go through a nice course that can help heal you from the mother issues, that's what we're doing. That's what she's all about. And last but not least, if you want to advertise promotional services, promote your brand or your product across the King Simon Network, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, it's only $100 per month. And boom, you know how we get down. All you have to do is either DM me at King Simon Presents or text me at 347-496-1022. Book your product and brand now. All right. Okay. So without further ado, this sister is not only an iridologist superstar. You know, she's been on my show. She's been on Brother Rich show. She's been on Dr. G's show. She's been on all kind of people's show. She be doing what she do and keep it doing. You know what I'm saying? She do what she do and keep it doing it. You know what I'm saying? She's not only a well-trained martial arts and what she does, and I'm so proud of her journey. I want all of you to welcome back on my channel the one, the only Dr. Shakira Moore. Let me give her a round of applause before she say a word. Let me give her a round of applause before she say a mother flipping word. There it is. Dr. Shakira, how you feeling, sister? How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
I can
there we
see
go.
you.
I was like, I wasn't sure.
Nah,
All
I
right,
just
cool.
had your flyer in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Just keep the flyer up
Yes.
the door. You know what I'm saying? How you
Peace and
feeling?
love, family. I feel amazing. I feel
Yeah.
amazing.
You don't have to hold that mic. I can hear you clearly. You good.
Okay,
You good.
good, good.
We got
Just making sure we position the right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, make sure the business is taken care of. You want to email her, that's findingyourbeauty@yahoo, or you can go to her website, that's holisticapalace.com, or you could hit up at Linktree /holistica healer. All right. So I just want to make
Mhm.
sure we got you. How you feeling today, Dr. Shakira? Happy
I'm
Women's
feeling
History Month.
I'm feeling amazing. Oh my goodness. I have to say,
Yes.
yes.
Happy Women's History Month. Good to see you.
Yes. Happy
Yes.
Women's History Month.
That's
Yes,
right. That's right.
indeed.
That's
Give
right. How you
thanks.
feeling? Yeah. How's everybody? How's your daughter? How's everybody on your side?
All is well. Daughter is
Yes.
fine. Daughter is well. Grandmaster is well.
Us.
Everyone, my
Grandmaster.
brother, everyone is amazing.
Well,
Give thanks for breath. Give thanks.
that's right. Tell them I send my greetings. First and foremost, people are
Yes,
coming in.
indeed.
They sending you love right now in the
Oh,
chat.
hey, what's going on, my family? Yes,
We on
yes.
we on
Come on
Facebook. We on
through.
Instagram. We on Facebook. We on Instagram also. So we
Okay,
send it
Facebook
up
and Instagram and
in,
YouTube. What's
in the
up?
bill in the building.
Indeed, indeed.
Family. Today's topic is what women should focus on during the spring equinox. And this is also for men too, but I focus on the women because it's Women's History Month. But I know
Mhm,
she got a lot of detox and all the stuff that she got going on, man. And I got the website in the background. I'll be pulling that up momentarily. But first and
mhm.
foremost, I just want to read something to y'all family about what iridology is, according to online study, before she gets it in and explain. So according to the meaning, they said iridology is an alternative health practice that examines the iris of the eye to assess potential health conditions and constitutional strengths and weaknesses. So, is that quite accurate from what they said online?
Yes, I always have my little spice to it.
Oh yeah.
So
That's right. That's a little bit. That was just a little bit. I know you got spice. So explain to the audience from your perspective of what you've been gaining over the years, because you've been on
yes.
it. Go ahead, talk about it.
Well,
Go.
I've been in this work for, I want to say, almost 8 years now,
Mm-hmm.
and I have graduated from iridology. I do now, I call it advanced iris analysis.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so, how I describe it is really looking into the human body through the iris and
Right.
everything that happens in the body, whether it's your liver, your gut, your spleen, your prostate for men, ovaries for
Mhm,
women,
mhm, mhm.
automatically leaves an imprint in that particular area of the iris.
Right,
So, when we have these challenges, as early as a teenager, as in your early 20s, can be told what's going on in that specific organ, gland, or system. So by the time you're in your 30s and 40s and the symptoms have already caught up, the imprint on the iris have been there for 20 plus years
right.
prior to the disease being
Exactly,
diagnosed, right?
exactly.
Another part that a reason why I would always love this science,
Mhm.
you can actually tell what detox to start with when
Mm.
looking in the iris. So a
Mhm.
lot of people are scrolling, they're looking at, oh, what should I do? This person has a detox. I had someone who I watched on threads, the social media threads, and they said, I've been up since 4 in the morning crying. I thought elderberry was good for me. I was taking elderberry, turmeric, all of these herbs, and it actually made her symptoms worse
Mhm,
because
mhm.
she's dealing with an autoimmune disease. So because we have to know
Educate.
exactly,
Mhm.
right, we have to strategically do this. Not, oh, I'm going to take this herb, I'm going to take that, oh, this detox seems like the best way, let me do a raw fast. We have to strategically know what we're doing, and the only way, in my opinion, that we're going to know how to do that is if we have our very own blueprint that has been given to us by source.
And that's a good explanation. I mean, you really covered a lot of ground. And you're doing what now? The analysis. What? Say it again. Advanced.
Advanced iris analysis.
And
So,
add on to that. And why did you
yes,
get to that? Why did
I changed it.
Mhm.
I changed it because I've been adding my own flavor to this science, and not just anything. I've been really studying, and some of the terminologies that we have in this science of iridology, I find that it can be upgraded, right? So I'm actually working on getting some of the names that I've coming up with, patented. or in my name, right?
Right. Right.
Trademark per se,
Okay. All right.
because like even looking at the iris, and people will we call it the cholesterol ring.
Right.
And automatically, when we hear the word cholesterol, we automatically think that that is a bad thing, when
Mm-hmm.
in actuality, your body needs cholesterol, okay? Your
Mm-hmm.
hormones need cholesterol, your brain need cholesterol, you need it. And so instead of calling it a cholesterol ring, I call it the hepatic ring, which
Mm.
refers to the liver. So think hepatic, think liver. The liver produces cholesterol, and that for a good reason. This is how you get your different your vitamins, your vitamin D specifically, which is a hormone. And
Mm-hmm.
so if we begin to understand the body on an anatomical level in the most simplistic way, not, nothing fancy, but very simplistic,
Okay.
then we can understand that all of these terms that we once thought were bad or we have to attack, like lower cholesterol, we can begin to see, okay, too much cholesterol, yes, is not good. Too little
Mm-hmm.
cholesterol is not good either. How do we
Mm.
bring the balance? And this is where we focus on constantly, strategically, gut and liver detoxes.
Detoxing.
Okay.
Mm.
So that's, we have to have balance. This daughter Earth is calling for balance. And I've been activated. I'll
Right.
tell you a really, really, really quick story. December 28th, I went live on my platform, Holistic Hope, on all platforms, y'all. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm live and I'm talking about the science of iridology.
Mm-hmm.
And this gentleman came on and was like, "Thank you for going live," because I had no idea what this was. I followed you a couple of weeks ago. I seen eyes, but I really didn't know. And my spirit, or I call my higher self, was like, "This is unacceptable." So she literally spoke through me and was like, "We're going to go live every day for 30
Mm.
days. We're going to
Right.
go live every single day for 30 days." And I said it on the live. Now, usually when I say stuff like that, I'll be like, am I really going to do it? But guess
Mm-hmm.
what? I did it. And the more I did it, the more people were understanding and understanding exactly what this science is and what it can do for them. And then
Mm.
also helping them to really understand that there is no such thing as disease, but rather the body is so polluted and it's out of balance. And so the more we bring balance to the body, the more, as you can see, so many people saying, "I got rid of this, I reversed diabetes." Well, yes, because
Mm-hmm.
you have brought the body now into a place where it can function the way it's naturally designed to. So that's what I do. I strategically help people to focus on the gut and liver, which governs really the entire human body, and get them back into the way that source created us. So
Mm.
ever since then, I've been on a
Mission.
mission
Yeah.
constantly,
Yes.
constantly. i'm
Yes.
not
Yes.
i'm not picking it up, I'm not putting it down no more.
Good.
I've been activated. This is not something that, oh, optional. It's not optional. This
Mm.
is I this is a must. So I'm here, and I'm here to stay because I'm here
Well,
for the people.
and funny thing, you're in your expansive years right now. So this is about expanding and not being expendable when I look at your numbers. And it's important and that you maintain the focus. That's definitely in this site. Using your compassion, but also maintaining the straight focus where you got to go with your looking at your numbers. Just looking at your number. I ain't saying her birthday, just go. I'm just looking at her numbers personally. But you
Hmm.
know, how is that your way and your methodology helps with those that may be going to allopathic doctors, and how do you offset and balance that out with allopathic doctors? Because some people definitely come to you and say they've been to doctors and all that. I've
Hmm.
heard you speak on it before. How do you balance it off, especially with now the methodology that you're doing now, which
We
is
use both.
good.
And that's why I've named it that. I
Mm,
named it advanced iris analysis because we do use labs as well.
good.
The labs will get sent to me, and I know how to decode them. It
Mm,
usually mirrors, either mirrors what my iris analysis already said,
mhm, mhm,
or
mhm,
they don't see anything, and then I will be able to gather the information and let the client know exactly what labs to order. Because here's the thing, King Simon. This
Yeah.
let me tell you how diabolical this system is.
Yeah, crazy.
You have standard labs for everybody.
Mm.
First of all, you and I are different. So
Mm.
why is it that I'm getting the same labs ordered for me, and
Mhm.
then you're getting the same ones, and then every year you're told you have a clean bill of health, right?
Yeah. Right.
Then suddenly, out of nowhere, now you have this debilitating disease. It's because we don't have the right lab work specific to what is going on for us. So
Mm.
I had a client,
Right.
early 50s woman, right? And having all these symptoms, menopause. For women out there who's
Right.
listening, listen up. This is so important, okay?
Right. Right.
Menopause is no joke, especially the symptoms. And she goes to the doctor, she has the labs, everything's fine. Thyroid's fine, hormones are fine, they check the liver is fine, kidneys, everything fine. 2 minutes into her iridology, both irises showed um, thyroid
Mm.
malfunction. It had
Mm.
two big dark markings, what we call them chronic markings. And I showed it to her. And she
Mm.
said, how is it that my eyes shown that? And the lab said it was fine. Well, here's number one.
Mhm.
The eye is all see the you were created to have the crumbs before you go through the actual pain,
Mhm.
right? So you were never meant to go through pain. You already have the map to help you
Mhm.
beforehand. Okay, that's
Mhm.
number one, which
Mhm.
is your eyes. Number two, your thyroid, the thyroid labs that they order is standard.
Right.
Okay. It's actually, they're just checking to see how well the TSH, which is the thyroid stimulating hormone,
Mhm.
is floating in the blood. And that thyroid stimulating hormone can be good. That just depends on how well the thyroid and pituitary gland is communicating with
Mhm.
each other.
Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Doesn't test to see how active
Right.
the active hormone of the thyroid is in the cell.
Mm.
That's where iridology comes in. Your iris comes in and shows what's happening in the cell. You follow
Mm.
me?
Yeah.
So the
Yes.
blood only shows what's happening in the blood at that moment,
Mhm.
right? You could have something happen 8 months down the line, and then that's when they'll catch it. But the iris already caught it years prior.
Mm.
You are greater than a machine.
That's right.
Okay?
That's
You're
right.
greater than a machine. So I had to explain that to her, that the TSH is different than, okay, is the T3 actually, that's the active hormone of the thyroid, actually getting into the cell and doing what it needs to do. So if it's not, that's what we're going to experience, especially women, menopause
Mm.
symptoms, the hot flashes. The thyroid is a temperature thermostat of the body. So if there's a lot of menopausal issues, we have to look at the thyroid, we have to look at the liver, because most 60% of thyroid conversion happens in the gut, in the liver.
Mm.
Okay. So
Mhm.
we have to look at all of this before we say, okay, there's no thyroid issues going on. And if there is a thyroid issue going on, we need to get to the root rather than addressing just the thyroid. I'll have people say, oh, I'm going to take bladderwhack, I'm going to take kelp. Those are great, don't get me wrong. But if you don't activate the very organ that governs that,
Mhm.
you'll be frustrated. So I'm very strategic, King Simon. Like I'm telling you, when it comes to detoxing, you have to know the body so that you know what to work on first, and then you activate that portion. Then the rest of the vitamins and minerals can activate in the cells.
Mm. I mean, that's so powerful that you're able to, being at the window, is the eye is the window to not just the soul but to your health. That
Mm-hmm.
you're able to pinpoint, especially through the lines and the different trauma areas of the eye to pull out certain things that may have developed over time, over time.
Yes.
And so you figured out and you continue to
Continuing,
learn and
continuing.
continue to learn, and thanks to people, yeah, people like who talk to you, people like Dr. Valentine and people like Dr. Nalani that encourages you to keep moving on,
Yeah.
kicking the door, waving the 4-4. Sometimes you
Mhm.
got to do that.
For
You know what I'm saying?
real.
'Cause, and
Seriously.
that 4-4 is real because 4-4 in numerology is trusting in the order of the universe, trusting what your spirit gives you.
Mhm.
And when you have that, and you connected to that 14 energy, you always got to realize that 14 is a magical number that deals with connecting to nations of people. And that's why you have to be able to not only cater to our people, the melanated one, but all people
All people.
when it comes around
Yes.
this world. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I'm proud of your journey. Of course, I'm proud of I'm always gonna show you love. Waiting for that book to come out. You know
Oh, it's
me.
happening.
Always gonna promote that book. And
Uh-huh.
with now that you learn to pinpoint things, I've noticed that you've been promoting the detox of liver constantly. You've been on it. So why is it so important to detox the liver, especially coming into the spring season? Because you do seasonal things also, especially
Mhm.
coming into the spring season. Tell the people, because spring is this new beginning energy. We know what it is, but from your perspective, why is it important to detox liver and whatever else you have to talk about in regards to detox? Go ahead.
Yes. Yes, when people think of me, they think of liver and guts,
Liver
okay?
and gut.
And the reason why I focus on the liver, I would say about 2.5 years ago, I started studying the liver intentionally and intuitively. And I said, this requires more study. I told people, even on my platforms, I said, I'm going to really dedicate my the rest of my life to really understanding the soul of the liver, the traditional Chinese medicine. That is the core of their teachings.
Right,
Okay,
right, right. That's right.
there's a saying they have that the liver is connected to your eyes, it's connected
Mhm.
to your endocrine system, it's connected to your entire body. So we have the buzzword right now is gut, right? Gut health. Everybody's focused on gut health. Those are great. But what is the gut connected to?
Mm.
There's a specific, I call it the portal bridge, or it's called the portal vein in anatomy,
Mhm.
that connects the colon, the gut, to the liver.
Mm,
And
mhm,
so what happens is when we eat, the anything we come that comes into the body, whether it's nutrients, toxins, it circulates into that portal vein,
mhm,
goes into the liver for
mhm,
filtration, and
mhm,
whatever needs to come out will go out through waste, or will use as nutrients. The cells will use it as fuel. And what happens when the liver becomes overworked, because
mhm,
you have to remember the liver has over 500 different jobs in the body. Okay, literally it has its hand in
mhm.
everything that we do,
Right,
every
right.
organ, the kidneys, the pancreas.
Mhm,
Right? When you
mhm,
think of blood sugar, you have to think of the liver too, not just the pancreas. You think of the kidneys, the
mhm,
adrenals, everything is connected to this one organ. Matter of fact, it takes up most of your upper quadrant of your body. Not
mm.
just the right side, but also has its a little bit in the left side too. It's really the center of the body. And that's why I have it on my channel. I used to do Patreon. I'll probably
Right.
get back to it once I get more. I got my book working
Right,
on,
yeah.
but anything. Right,
Right,
all here. It takes up this entire area.
right.
Okay? So it's literally the earth, the center of the human body.
Mm.
And so the more I was studying it, I also read I was reading Andreas Moritz book. You guys, may he rest in perfect peace. He left us a plethora of knowledge. Andreas
Mhm.
Moritz,
Right,
he was also an iridologist, an
right,
Ayurvedic medicine practitioner, and he wrote the book, The Amazing Liver and Gallbladder Flush.
right,
Changed my
right,
life.
right,
Changed my
right.
life. And I said, oh, gosh, man, this this is amazing. And you know what's I have I know I'm all I hope I'm not all over the place,
Do you think?
because I read journals. medicine
Yeah,
journals. See,
you got
see,
to.
you have to, because you have to see what they're saying, and what they said. I read the Journal of Endocrinology. Now, this is in relation to thyroid because this is what I specialize in. I specialize in helping women with hormonal issues, thyroid, hormonal, PCOS, fibroids, helping them to understand this and to detoxify these areas first. And so I
Mm,
read the Journal of Endocrinology, and what they found, they tested it on rats,
mm,
and they had them go outside because they said that first they tested the rats. They said their TSH levels were perfect. That's the thyroid stimulating hormone. That is the only test that they will check to see how well your thyroid is functioning. And once it's fine, oh, you're fine. You're on your way. Whole time the person could have a poor functioning thyroid.
right,
So they
right.
tested the rats, and the rats had a perfect TSH score. They put
Hmm.
the rats outside in a cold climate and found that they were getting colder fast. That's
Right.
all. When you get cold really fast or you're cold a lot, that's also signs of thyroid issues.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
found that the rats' liver enzymes were abnormal, and the study concluded that liver enzymes and is related to abnormal liver enzymes is also related to poor
Hmm.
functioning thyroid, because you need a healthy liver for
Right,
T3
right,
convert
right,
T4 to T3 conversion, which is
right, right,
T4 is the inactive, T3 is the active. And the endocrinologist knows this. So if the study concluded that the liver is the key
right. Hmm.
to the thyroid, why is your endocrinologist not saying, well, you know what? We see that the TSH is fine, but let's go a step further and check your liver enzymes,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Let's see what that's looking like.
Right,
And
right.
so we don't get that. Nothing is never connected. So you're working with a broken system, and it's not broken by accident. It's designed that way because it is designed to keep you in a loop.
Right.
That's what it's is designed to do. It's designed to keep you confused, designed to keep you from knowing who you are and
Hmm.
putting all the pieces together. Once you put all the pieces together, you're like, oh snap.
Right, 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 right.
Like what?
That's deep.
So when I started really piecing it together and also understanding that, when it comes to the liver and also the pancreas, because we're dealing with a lot of, I have a video out I did the other day. Man, we get a lot of sugar on a daily basis. I don't think we realize that as people. We don't count, we don't know,
Right,
right?
right, right.
So doctors are now even calling um, uh, PCOS, which is polycystic ovarian syndrome, the
Hmm.
diabetes of the ovaries.
Wait, wait. Say that again, please. Rewind and
Doctor
come again.
doctors are calling
Right.
PCOS
Hmm.
diabetes of the ovaries
Now,
because
wait. What is diabetes of the ovaries? Come on now.
diabetes of the ovaries. If
Whoa.
you test every woman that was diagnosed with PCOS,
Hmm.
I guarantee that her A1C levels are off the charts.
Right, right.
Pancreas, liver, gut.
Mm.
Okay, those are the main areas that deal with and control blood sugar stability. So when you constantly have spikes, see, we're dealing with constant spikes
Right,
of blood sugar, right?
right,
We're taking in so much carbs that
right,
turns into sugar, and see, your body was never designed to handle all of that.
right, right, right.
Remember, when we ate food was in nature. We would
Real food. Right,
grab a apricot, grab a orange. That was food. Now we call those snacks. Okay? Those are snacks
mm.
today.
Okay.
So food to us is a burger.
Right,
It's bread. It's cooked food, right? So you have 3 meals a day, and a lot of people snack in between. So you're snacking, you're having meals, and every time you eat, your pancreas has to release insulin, so that you don't have all this glucose in the bloodstream.
Right.
And the glucose will go into the cell to be stored for energy. But what
Right.
happens if you have too much, the cells will be like, hey, listen, we good. We good over here. Like, we don't need no more energy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right. Right.
now it shoots back into the bloodstream. Now you have all this rampant glucose, and the pancreas can't handle all of that. So it begins to settle in other organs, hence your ovaries, men, the testes. This is
Mm.
where the ED comes in as well.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right. Right.
So, and then the pancreas and the liver, I call them cousins because you have the liver that produces something. They have, it has a, they store, the liver stores excess glucose, so when the body needs it, it takes it from there.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay,
Right.
when it becomes too low. So I mean, everything is working in synergy.
Right.
But again, we don't understand this because they have taught us health in such a fragmented, broken way.
Mm.
So absolutely, I will continue Andreas Moritz's work in really dissecting the liver
Mm-hmm.
as the gateway to eternal health, to becoming ageless, essentially.
Mm.
That's why the Chinese, I'm telling you, y'all, search
Mm.
traditional Chinese medicine. Those men and women over there, I'm talking about the ancient ones. Their hair don't be graying. They don't lose their hair. They be looking super young at 60, 70, 80 years old,
Right. Right.
80
Right.
years young,
Yeah. No.
because
Right. Right. You know. Right.
because the foods they eat over there supports the liver naturally. They chew on herbs like foti root all day long, which act foti in Chinese is called hishiwu, which
Mhm.
means hair black. It keeps their hair black throughout
Right.
their lives. And that's the foti. I actually put that in my brain blend and my liver tea. My
Mhm.
brain tea has foti.
Right.
Foti is very good for men. It's also
Mhm.
very good for women too,
Right.
when it comes to becoming ageless,
Mhm.
keeping the
Mhm.
liver healthy, non-fatty. So yeah,
So.
liver, y'all.
So.
And look at what the word is in liver. Live.
Oh yeah, but yeah, but Brother Rich, big up to Brother Rich from 363 Empire. He said, "Is there any connection between liver health and eczema?"
Oh yes. Peace and love, brother Rich. Peace and
What's
love.
up?
I'm so glad you asked that question.
And
Yes.
big up to Monique in the to Monique Nicholas in the building also. Big up.
Yes.
Yeah,
The
go ahead.
first
Good question,
person,
Brother Rich. Good question.
yes, that's a great question. The
Hmm.
first person I've heard this from was Dr. Phil Valentine. We
Hmm.
were on a call. It was myself, Curtis Cost. We were talking about, this was at around the time when they were getting rid of,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
exemptions and stuff.
Right, right.
And he says, a person has eczema, the liver. And I said, whew, this back in 2020. And I
Mm.
started, and let me paint a picture. So the liver is responsible for histamine release. Histamine is it's an immune defense. So
Mm.
anytime you have immune response, you have histamine that gets released from the liver. The more histamine levels that are higher, the more we're seeing the presence of allergies,
Hmm.
not just eczema, allergies and eczema. And so the key is to, how do we balance that release? How do we balance the constant response of the immune system? Why is the immune system responding like this? Well, I'll tell you why. Because we're eating foods to make it respond like that. Dairy is the number one.
Culprit. Mm.
Dairy is the number one culprit to
Mm.
constantly have the immune cells respond, because it's responding because it is your military defense system. Think of your immune defense lymphatic as your Marines. You know how the
Mm.
Marines get
Yeah.
down, okay?
Hoorah. Hoorah.
Adapt, overcome. What's the thing? What's the sign? The saying?
Hoorah or simplify, always faithful, or improvise, adapt, and overcome.
That's
That's
what your
that's
body is doing.
improvise.
Improvising, adapting, and overcome.
Yeah.
Your body is doing that every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. And what we call disease, we call in naturopaths, we call it improvise, adapt, and overcome.
That's right.
That's what it is. So every
Mm.
time you eat dairy, this immune inflammation response becomes more and more more, and it shows up in our skin,
Mm.
and it shows up so
Man.
eczema, all of that can be 100% reversed when
That's right.
we deal with the culprit, which is the triggers. The dairy is number one, y'all. I'm telling you, at this point, I don't even tell people to stop eating meat. It's really not even about meat, y'all. It's really about this pus that they give us. You know
Man.
what I'm saying? Like pus. You can
Not the
eat the
fuck.
chicken, yo, for real. Like eat the chicken, eat the, just get off the dairy, y'all, for real. Seriously, like too much processed foods out here. Exactly. It's too much,
Yeah, big up to
right?
Monique. Somebody
Big
asked,
up to
somebody asked,
Monique, yes.
somebody asked in the chat, how helpful is ginger to the liver?
Oh, ginger's amazing. Anti-inflammatory.
Hmm.
Uh, um, that's the main one. Anti-inflammatory. It's a heat. It's a heat
Right.
herb. So
Yes, it is.
anything dealing with heat, cayenne, your spices, your ginger,
Hmm.
cumin, thyme, liver.
Mm.
And
Yes.
I was wondering, I've been attracted to thyme for
Mm.
weeks. I'm like, the smell, the aroma, oh my goodness, like I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Why do I
Love
love
them.
thyme? Like I have to have it in all my foods. I put it in everything. And the active ingredient is specifically for uh detoxifying and regenerating the liver, and
Hmm.
also it's antimicrobial,
Hmm.
right? So it's also going to helpful for parasites. Matter of fact, we put thyme,
Hmm.
fresh thyme, in our liver blend, and also the parabiome,
That
which
makes
is
sense.
our new parasite cleanse,
Hmm.
parabiome.
Hmm.
So yeah, ginger, all of your heat, think liver heat, okay? That's why cold foods is not the best. Eating raw for long periods of time is
Hmm.
not always good, especially depending on what climate you're in.
Right.
So we have to be careful what types of detoxes we're doing based upon the environment we're living in, and then also how long we're doing these type of cleanses.
Now, family. Of course, we have the one, the only Dr. Shakira F. Moore in the building. Of course, she is not just the iridologist, but she has her own fancy words for it now, and it sounded good. I'll let her explain that when you do a consultation with her. She's a holistic practitioner. Of course, you can email her at findingyourbeauty@yahoo.com, or you could hit her up at holisticapalace.com, or you can go to a link tree /holistica healer, or you can hit up on it's holistic hope, right? At all
Yep,
platforms, right?
Holistic Hope
Let
on
me,
all platform with
let
a
me,
W. So
yeah,
Instagram, TikTok,
yes, yes.
Twitter, Facebook, all platforms.
All
YouTube, yep.
platforms. And
Mhm.
family, we just halfway through. We ain't even finished yet because I'm showing some of her websites, showing some of her products and all of that. So make sure you support what she got to do. And today, of course, today's topic is what women should focus on during a spring equinox or season. And it's also for men too, because y'all need to clean your livers too, just like you gotta clean your ass. That's straight up, just like that. And if we don't clean our livers, that it can cause major effects if we don't do certain things. Now, how important is it that the people that don't know about iridology or iridology, how important is it that for them to at least get one session with you, and where can it go for them from there? What is the process after you've gone and done a session with them? What is it that you usually advise them to do when you start seeing certain things in their eyes? What's the next, what is it, how's the process, put it like that?
Yes. So the process is you have an hour consult,
Hmm.
whether online or in person.
Okay.
You
Okay.
will get a full comprehensive report of exactly what you need to focus on and in what order you need to focus on those challenges. I do
Hmm.
have long-term programs, my 3 months, 6 month, and 1 year, where you can work with me one-on-one and in group, because I have a lot of women who we work together in groups.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the 3 month is I'm ready to get unstuck. That's for someone who's like,
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I'm done. Okay, I'm just ready to get unstuck. The 6 month is more long term. It's called identity stabilization, to stabilize and hold the frequency of what you're doing with your health. And then the
Mm-hmm.
1 year is a mastership program.
Mm.
So that's the next step after the advanced iris analysis. But I encourage all of my clients and students to constantly get it every 6 to 8 months,
Okay.
or if it's more a chronic challenge, 4 to 6 months, just like how you would an allopathic doctor.
Right.
We
Right.
need to treat this science the same.
Yes.
We praise naturopathy
Mhm.
only when we're in pain.
Right. 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 Right.
We don't treat it as if this is a regular doctor's appointment. Like, you
Appointment.
should
Right.
be
Right. Right.
getting this every 6 months. I have clients that come every 6 to 8 months, no,
Right.
without a doubt. I had to think one of my clients, he I said, I have to say, you've been coming to me for the last 4 years every 6 months. And I have to thank you, because you care about your health.
Right.
And we've been comparing photos, we've been looking at the photos, giving him all the updates and all the, what's changing, what's the same, what you need to continuously do. And improvements. That's another thing. It's not just about pointing out, oh, this is there, but also improvements.
And you tell them that they're improving because
Oh
even
yeah.
even my dentist, she does that too. She said, "Wow, I'm proud of you, man. You really kept your teeth healthy." Even and I was like, "Yeah, I love my teeth. I got to smile. Stop playing."
Hmm.
And teeth health is very important to me. So and that's also connected to certain nerves, and you could also tell that through the eyes. Also, I know you
Yep.
can do that. You can also tell
Yep.
what's going on with people's teeth. So
Hmm.
that's why it's incredible that a lot of people haven't gravitated to iridology because like I said, I've only had three iridologists in my life, and that of course was Anoket Polite's ex-wife back in the day, Dr. Africa, and of course this lady here has been my irid. Those are the only ones that have looked into my eyes, and actually gave me some good advice to keep on going with certain things. So and family, that's why it's so important that you get in contact with our sister. She's on all platform, Holistic Hope. You could go to a link tree, go to a website and book or get products. But before you get products, go get a session done with the sister so she can at least direct you to what product you need to get. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about. It's the direction. And sometimes when you go to your doctor, they want to give you all these chemicalized drugs, which has a little herbs in it and all that kind of stuff. However, if you could look at your health from a multiple holistic perspective, that's important, especially in a number one personal year, because one rules the eyes. To this year rules the eyes. That's you got to pay attention to eyes because all of us are in our computer, all of us are in our
Hmm.
phones. We have to pay attention to our eyes, especially in a number one. It rules eyes, it rules circulation, it rules heart palpitation, it rules the heart. And it rules high blood pressure this year too. So you got to be
Hmm.
very careful of salt intake and certain things. That's because your body produces salt naturally. So you got to be careful overdoing it with salt in a year like the number one year because of stress or eating habits or bad eating habits. So what she's doing is very important for the overall health. And I can't stop saying how proud of her because she comes from a legacy of a beautiful sister that I know from the Nation of Islam, her grandmother, Dora Muhammad. Man, she used to write some articles back in the Nation of Islam newspaper. So, and going there a little, she was one of the first to introduce you to that. Your mother and that to
My grandmother, my mom.
grandmother. Please,
Hmm.
and y'all born the same day, right?
My grandmother and myself and my brother. Yes, June.
Yes,
Yep.
born the same day.
Hmm.
Ain't that something?
Same
How
day.
that keep it moving? How
That
that?
was amazing. My mother, when we were born, because me and my brother are twins, she just handed us to her and said, "Happy birthday." I believe we were born 4 in the afternoon. So that
Wow.
is a beautiful birthday present to have two twin grandchildren. That's amazing. So
And then her guiding you to health, of course, she grew up with, she's been studying how to eat
she
to live all
loved,
this stuff.
yeah, she loved iridology
Yes, yes, yes.
before I was born, and she would always go to an iridologist,
Right.
always. So, Yeah, she loved
No,
the science.
I said that story to pull it out of her because it's just showing you the patterns of what. And now from her grandmother, she's taking it to a whole nother level. Her mother used to come to all the lectures and all that kind of stuff, but it's
Mhm.
her that took it to the next level as
Yep.
far as this what she was your grandmother passed on, especially from the How to Eat to Live movement and all that kind of stuff. So that's very
Mhm.
important.
Mhm.
If you have any questions, family, because we're not going to keep her here for too long. If you have any questions on Instagram or on Facebook, I see people on Instagram. Big up to Nine Eat the Goddess in the building. Deborah Brown on Instagram. Burr
Peace
King,
and
man.
love.
Everybody in the building, man. Big up to, of course, I said, Brother Rich, Kim Brutes in the building. Thank y'all very much. Of course, Monique and everybody that's coming in. But please like, subscribe, and share. Again, today's topic is what women should focus on during a spring equinox. Now, yes,
I just
yes,
want to interject that
yes,
we do have an upcoming detox next Monday.
yes, please talk
The
about it.
the flush your liver deworm 28-day challenge.
Mm, mm,
Now we use so answering the question, what should women do and focus on? This is the first major cleanse of the year that we're doing. And spring equinox is right around the corner, and this
mhm.
is the best time to flush your filters,
Right, right,
right? Get them ready for the next season, which is the summer. So
right,
you're not going this next season with clogged filters, okay? You want to be open.
right.
So the flush your liver deworm focuses on liver flushing, balancing your gut microbiome, and your pancreas, blood sugar stability, your spleen,
Hmm.
and also overall full body wellness. We're also the deworm part. This is the first time we actually added in that. That's a 21-day parasite cleanse.
Hmm.
So I've made my new product, Parabiome. That's the new
Hmm.
product. Parabiome is a tea and a tincture.
Okay.
And I'm excited for this one, King. Let me tell you, I put love into this detox. You could pull it up, yep, on the site called
Let me see
Flush Your
where
Liver
we at.
Deworm.
Let me see
What
where.
I'm doing this time is different. So usually me and my group,
Mhm.
we only did the Flush Your Liver challenge. Now that's a 7-day cleanse.
Right.
And the 7-day cleanse, I think it's under Flush Your Liver. I think it's
It's on flush your liver.
if you
Uh,
go down more and go
okay.
click load more. Yeah, we fixing a website. So
Okay. Okay. Okay.
try to,
Okay.
yeah, if you go down more,
Right.
yeah,
Load,
go,
load more. You got more to
yeah.
load. You got a lot to
Yeah,
load.
go
Go ahead.
liver support, liver support,
Right here. Right. This one here. These
liver
two.
support. Yeah,
All right.
liver
All right.
support.
All right. Go ahead. Talk about them.
Yeah. So we usually only did 7 days.
Hmm.
So from Monday through Saturday night into Sunday, we would the main requirement drinking tart cherry juice, magnesium citrate will be happening on Saturday with grapefruit juice and olive oil, and that's going to give you that big flush.
Hmm.
And I can't tell you how many people have gotten rid of gallstones and didn't know
Hmm.
it. So
Yeah.
a lot of people know my story. I'll tell it really quickly how I
Right.
got started in this science. My mother had this really bad aching pain on her right abdomen, right where I'll tell you in a minute, that meridian, where that is.
Hmm.
And the doctor, she goes, medical doctors couldn't figure it out. They run every test,
Hmm.
nothing.
Right.
Um, she's in pain. And now imagine you go to the doctor and they turn you away and you're in excruciating pain. That's
Right. Right.
that's
Right.
that's heartbreaking.
Right. Right.
So my grandmother says, I told you to go to that iridologist,
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
kept telling you. And she goes, this is in Brooklyn in the 90s. And 2 minutes later, into sitting in his chair, he says, well, you have gallstones. You're
Mm.
under a gallstone attack. And she's like, oh my goodness. He tells her what diet that causes that.
Right.
And next thing you know, he gives her a remedy to flush the gallstones out. By
Wow.
Monday, my mother described to me little green peas coming out of her
Wow.
waist and no
Wow.
more pain. And so there's the gallbladder meridian right here on the right side,
Right.
right? All
Let me put you up in the front again.
I
Let me
know
make
you
sure.
probably like can't really see
Yeah.
it, but
Yeah. Go
right
ahead.
up in
Boom.
here,
There you go.
gallbladder
Mhm.
meridian right here.
Right. Right.
Okay, all in here. And so uh
Man, she got all the anatomy toys and everything. Go
Yeah.
ahead, girl. I love
And
it.
I said, wow. So 2 minutes into his chair, he told you you had gallstones.
Right,
I was amazed by that, and that's immediately I knew that's what I wanted to do as well. And
right.
so now I help thousands of people around the world do the same thing. I've
Hmm.
had so many people pass gallstones that they didn't even know were in their body. So what I do, I help them to do it before you're
Right,
under a gallstone attack. We're not waiting for
right.
that, okay? And then we're saving gallbladders at the same time.
And
You
you
look
got
up
you got testimonials on
I have
your site too,
testimonies on my
all the time.
site.
Yep, yep.
Okay, all the time of people passing gallstones. I have one right now on my page. This was about 2 years ago. A woman came to me, late 50s, huge thyroid goiter on her neck. And
Mm,
doctors wanted to perform surgery. She didn't want to do that.
right,
And if she comes to me, she said, I want to avoid surgery by all means, because if I get my thyroid removed, I'd have to be on thyroid medication to mimic what the thyroid can do for the
right,
rest of my life. And I
right.
said, okay, well, let's start a liver flush. And she's confused. What does the liver have to do with the thyroid? And I said, I explained to her why we're doing it. She did it. And a week later, she passed so many stones, King Simon.
Mm,
So many
mm.
stones. And not only that, 2 weeks later, the goiter went down.
Wow, wow. Did they take pictures and send it to you?
I have it.
You
Yes,
got
I
pictures
have
too?
it on my
Wow,
page. I'll post it
wow,
on my stories, guys.
wow.
Yes, she
That's
lost so much
crazy,
weight. The thyroid goiter
crazy.
went down. Does she still have her thyroid today? Yes,
Why?
uh, because we saved it. We worked
Mm,
on her liver, then we begin to supply the thyroid for what it needs. Of
right,
course, you need
right.
selenium in order for the T3 to be active, for the T4 to convert the T3. So, selenium, think Brazil nuts. So,
Mm.
guys, get 1 to 2 Brazil nuts. You don't need no more than that because you'll be over the limit,
And make
right?
sure they don't have no nut allergies, of course,
No, of
because some
course, no
people,
nut allergies,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yep,
yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
selenium, right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
if you can get a raw form of selenium, if you are, but also KT has a really, really
Big
good,
up KT.
yeah, bigger, yes. I send a lot of my clients
Right.
there. He has perilla oil. So
Yes, he does.
that's
Right,
also
right,
super, super rich
right.
for thyroid and just really other many parts of the body. But specifically, I've had people tell me, yeah, that perilla oil is no joke. It really helped me with my thyroid. So yeah, if you can't get selenium, if you're allergic to Brazil nuts, yep, you can get perilla, you get raw selenium. There's many ways to get it in. So yeah, yep, I have that on my page.
On the page too.
Yep.
Good. Now,
But yeah,
before we finish, I want people to understand why it's very important to, of course, those that that might be suffering from some health issues, and they're probably afraid to go to the allopathic doctor. Tell them don't be afraid, but make sure they get more than one opinion. Don't just
yeah, more
stay
than
with
one.
that
Yeah.
one doctor. We're not
Yeah.
here, I got disclaimers on my thing here too. So
Hmm.
I understand, that y'all not familiar with iridology. You might not be familiar with what the great holistic practitioners have done, but please get a multiple amount of opinions when you're dealing with your health, so you don't get caught up in no trick bag,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
take, yeah. So in closing, my dear, I want you to, tell how important, how many flushes people should do, and what types of kidney, liver, what else they should
Yes.
do. What the
So
other ones, please.
we do this cleanse 4 times a year, the flush your
Okay.
liver deworm.
Hmm.
Um, and that's the next one is March 23rd.
Right. Hmm.
And that kit, when you order your kit, you that will last you for 4 flushes. So people think the one kit will last just for that one round of flushing. No, that one kit will last you for the remainder of the year. So we do it every new season. The first one, spring equinox, summer solstice is the next, autumn equinox, and then winter solstice. Not every season is a 28-day, okay? So the
Right.
summer one is 7 days, the
Mhm.
autumn equinox is 28 days, and then the winter solstice we finish the year with a 7 day. I wouldn't
Mm.
dare do a 28-day around Christmas, okay? Because I know people ain't gonna participate. All right. So 7 days is all we need around the holidays because I know we like them Christmas cookies and things. But I
How about
definitely
children? How about children?
children, I don't suggest the liver flush for
Okay.
children
Okay.
unless they're 16 and over. Now the
Okay.
parabiome drops children can take because children have parasites too.
Parasite, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
they
that's
can get the parabiome drops, but they wouldn't be able to do a full-on liver
okay.
flush. That's
Okay.
too
Just
much for
want to
them.
make
But
sure
yeah,
because they
that
got
starts.
the spring season is coming for them too, and we want to make sure they are right. And
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
people are suffering from sinus problems, pollen. How do they
yeah.
keep that going? And
Well, again, allergies is
allergies.
connected to the histamine release, and instead of Zyrtec, right,
Hmm.
and all of these, allergy
Exactly.
medications,
Uh huh.
we gotta flush, y'all. You gotta clean your filters. Your filters are on overload.
Mm.
Then we focus on the respiratory. So that's what we need to. That's what I would say when it comes to overload of allergies.
Right. Right.
So yeah, but yep, we start March 23rd. And I'm just this is the best detox yet. Another thing that I did, I have cheat sheets, right?
Mm.
So you know how you start something,
Right. Yep.
and when you start something, you don't know how it's going to be,
Hmm.
and each time you learn how to improve that thing that you created. Well, I created cheat sheets because I kept getting messages. What time do I take this? How do I do that? Now I have cheat sheets. It's laminated
Good.
and it will be shipped with every order. So I ain't got to get calls and texts
All the time.
all in my WhatsApp because we have a WhatsApp private community for everyone who joins.
Good.
And
Good.
now it's on that cheat sheet. I wish I had it in front of me, but it's on that cheat
All
sheet
right.
and you put it on your kitchen counter. You know what time to take the drops. You know what time to take the tea. You also know what time to take the probiotics.
Right.
Yes. I mean, listen, I
Good.
think of everything,
Good.
everything.
Good.
And the
Good.
last
Good.
thing I want to say, because I know we're
Good.
about to get off
Go
the
ahead. Go
air,
ahead. Do your thing.
when you said that, you had said something before. You said that when it comes to illnesses and things, I'll just
Hmm.
go on and say
Yeah. Go ahead.
this year we're in a fire horse year,
Yes.
right?
It's my horse. Yeah.
So this fire horse year will favor those who are doing the work
That's right.
based upon their human design, based upon what you came here to do. It's going to happen.
Right.
It's like very very quickly, right?
Yes.
And waiting, of course, we a lot of people, what I say to myself is waiting is not punishment, it's preparation.
Yes.
Also, when it comes to disease, if you are on your dean, if you're working on your health, you're going to see results, okay? If you're not, those symptoms, because we're in a fire horse year, those symptoms is going to come to the forefront quicker.
Hmm.
What do I mean by that? So whatever is on a back burner that you've been ignoring for years, or you may not have known about on a conscious level, but subconsciously is there, and we're
Hmm.
not working on it, it's going to come into the surface
Right.
quicker.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so either way we play it, whether we're working on ourselves or we're not, it's going to show itself, all
Right.
right,
Right.
during this year. So I just wanted to touch on that. It's so important. Detoxing is not an option no more. We're not exposed to healthy foods on a daily basis. We have ultra processed foods all day long in our face. We're
Hmm.
not living like our ancestors where we had fresh fruits, vegetables, and grains, and that's all that there was. So we constantly have to keep our organs young, vibrant, and for longevity. My grandmaster is 80 years young. Yeah, let me tell you. 80.
Mm.
I forget sometimes.
Wow. That's
I
right. That's
forget.
right.
I literally forget. Sometimes I'm like, "Oh, he's 80." This
Yes.
man
Looking
moved.
good, man. I was there.
We were just training downstairs yesterday.
Yes. He looks
Moving. I was
good
doing
too.
doing the katas. He's like he's like, "You don't do the katas my way. You do it your way. You have to modify it for you."
You. Yeah.
And
Be able to
I
handle.
said, I'm looking at him like, man,
Big up to him. Big up to him. Grandmaster McEady. If y'all don't know who Grandmaster Dan McEady, man, great
yes,
brother, man. Great
you have
brother.
to have him on, definitely.
Yeah, I gotta get him
But
back on, man. Haven't
yeah,
had him.
he's a gem. He's a gem to our world, because you
Yeah.
don't see The other day we were on a call, and someone was saying that they were taking care of their 70 something year old father,
Yeah.
and he turns to me, he says, "Oh my goodness, they make me feel old." Because he doesn't feel like that. You
Exactly.
understand?
Exactly.
To have an 80-year-old, some, walking around, cooking for themselves, driving
Yeah.
around, train, and he still trains. That's
Right.
that's a unicorn, man.
Right, right. Big up
You
to one of my loyal
you
members.
know?
Monique asks, where are the drops for kids located? And
Okay, so the Parabiome drops are on the site. You can order that for children. It is safe for children to take for parasites. We
okay,
do have many drops for children. We have the cold and flu care, the ear tincture for ear infections, and fever care to help bring a fever down naturally.
okay,
So, yeah, we have a few children's products on there, and most of the teas, if hit the chat button on the website, will let you know what's safe. The brain tea is safe for children for school attention.
right.
Lymphatic, yep, they can take those.
You could
Mhm.
also, you could also get some product in Nicholas if you want now. So you
Okay,
can
we'll
do
talk
that because
about
I know,
that.
yeah, you could do that because I invited you to the fundraiser if you can make it. I know you have something you might have be doing that day. So, but I
Okay.
invite you to speak at the fundraiser because you have spoken at that place, and we're inviting all the people that have spoken. That they can make it to show this fundraiser for Monique, so we can raise this fund for April the 18th, family. That's when we're doing it.
Amazing.
So
Okay.
if they can make it, already Professor Small, Black Dot, KT is flying in, Blue Pill is
Oh,
flying, everybody coming in. So
okay, okay. Hold on now.
I'm trying to get you on here to be a
Right,
part of
I
it.
have to go make a trip to my hometown, Brooklyn.
Back
What's
to Brooklyn,
up?
back to Brooklyn. Somebody said, Dr. Moore would love to see you to verify the damage illegal eye cameras has caused. Oh, how
Uh,
illegal eye cameras have
Illegal
caused?
eye cameras. Well, yeah, I mean, I do work with even eye health as well. I have
Right,
eagle eye drops
right,
that
right.
has helped many around the world when it comes to eye damage and macular degeneration, cataracts. So yeah, I would definitely check my eye drops out. We have bilberries. Bilberries is amazing
And she got the
for
airdrops too,
and
man.
the
My airdrops.
eardrops,
Oh yeah, I got my airdrops. Stop playing.
yeah,
Got my
I
airdrops with me.
listen, I'm a medicine woman.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
and the bilberries is so important, family, for
Right,
circulation, for the eyes and for the
right.
whole body. And when what's the we don't get bilberries every day. Okay,
No.
now if you ask the average person, first, most people won't know what bilberries are, but
Hmm.
the way you can get bilberries in every single day is something we have. Also, I promote Juice Plus,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
through the berry blend. Dr.
yeah,
Phil Valentine always talks about Juice Plus, and I love it. So
yeah.
I'm on. We do it. We all do it together. Me,
Right,
his
right.
wife, Dr. Phil. Yep. So, the Juice Plus, they have bilberries in there, and you'll be flooding your body with this every day.
Yes.
So,
Like this.
I'm just all around. I don't fear monger. You'll see things online. Oh, they're spraying the crops with glyphosate. We have UPFs everywhere, ultra processed foods, and what do we do? Okay, see, I don't post stuff like that, the gloom and
Be
doom, but
proactive. Right,
solutions. What can we do to stop the
right,
toxin overload?
right,
Right.
right,
And so this is one of my forms. The first thing you need to detox 4 times a year, deeply,
right.
not superficially, deeply,
That's
right?
right,
Juice Plus, you get in real food every day,
right,
daily, right? And in the most easiest form,
right,
and you getting real minerals that are third party tested, clinically researched. Guys, if you guys are ordering vitamins, make sure you know what company you are investing in. That's why we promote the Juice Plus, because they are clinically researched. They are third party tested. They pay for their research. So I don't just take anything, and I don't just promote anything.
that's true. Right,
So we
mhm.
have to make sure we thoroughly know what we are taking in. There's very few companies that are third party tested and clinically researched. Another one I like, Thorn. They're
Right,
pretty good when it comes to getting your minerals, your vitamin D3, K2s and stuff. Those are pretty good too. So I just wanted to share that with the family.
yeah,
When it
yeah,
comes to detoxing 4 times a year, and that's why we start March 23rd. You want more information, just reach out to me. via
Hmm.
email. I think my email is on there.
I got it right
Um,
here. Hold on.
or DM on Instagram, TikTok,
Hold
YouTube,
on.
whatever.
Right.
Um, yep, email right there. Yep. Yes. And
Right.
then when you're taking supplements, make sure it's food based.
Right.
Food based, that, and I always will love my Juice Plus. Okay, so
Yeah, 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 yeah. Juice Plus is beautiful, man. Big
I
up to
really
big up to
and
you and
I'll
Dr.
tell you,
Valentine.
yeah, I'll tell you how I first learned about it. Dr. Phil was on a podcast and he was like, how he was asked a question and he answered, the millennials, the rate that health is going, millennials are not, are, it's look, the statistics are showing that we're not going to outlive our parents
Yep.
because of the health. I mean, we see, we don't realize in the millennials, early 30s, right? For late 30s, 40s, we were the generation that was most tested on when it comes to those.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right,
We were the
right. Yep.
first generation that they bought in that program
The
with
Rockies.
Fauci and all of them, right? The
Right,
job
right. Double
Fauci
Rockies.
ushered that in around the 90s. Those born in the 90s, we had the most of that.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
God for my mom. Give thanks to her because she never did that for me and my brother because she knew, right? A
Right.
lot of us didn't. So it's important that we constantly filter out all that was done,
Yeah. Yeah.
especially it hits the gut and the liver first. So that's why I'm always constantly, you're going to hear me talk about gut, liver, because, they get us from the womb to the tomb.
Man, sis,
Okay.
man, this has been a wonderful show with you, man. We are definitely in the 9 o'clock hour. People, thank y'all for throwing
Wow.
those questions in and showing. And thank you for my loyal numerovators. Remember, all my loyal members do get to listen to my first audio book. My son is in the Instagram chat. Prince Imagine, he's the producer of it. So big up to him.
Peace and love. Yes,
Yeah, so he
indeed.
does. If you need an audio book done, man, he can do it right there in the
Mm.
studio, man, and make it happen. And get them binary healing codes in the background. That's what mine's
Ooh,
got. So it's nice. But Dr. Shakira, thank you so much, and give your daughter and the family a hug, man, and tell Professor GM McGeady I gotta get him because I'm gonna be at a lot of these functions now. We
please.
need to see him at some of these functions too, man.
I might bring
Yeah,
him. I'll bring him down to
yeah,
Brooklyn.
he need. I mean, a lot of the martial arts functions are happening. He needs to be passing through and be there
Okay.
and
Wait,
demo stuff.
Khalid's is happening on the 4th, so we'll talk about it. We'll
Yeah,
talk
yeah. I'll
about
send
it.
you. I'll send you his information because
All right.
because he does acknowledge and respect, brother. So, my
Okay.
sister, any last parting words to the audience, real quick? Any last parting words?
I will say something that I was saying earlier, you
That's it.
guys, we think we have a lot of time, and that's the thing. We think we have so much time. We put things off. I'll do it tomorrow. We come here to express ourselves, okay?
Right.
And that means full expression.
Yes.
Whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, you've been pushed to do by your spirit, and not in a pushy way, but in a way where you need to live out your soul's expression. Please do it.
Right. Right.
Please do it, okay? Because this meat suit will go.
Hey,
And you want to be able,
can't wait.
when we look at people, I want to say, wow, they finished their mission.
Right.
Sometimes I think of my mother and I thought I was weird because I didn't cry as much. And the
Mhm.
reason why I didn't cry because I realized my mother, she may not have done everything, but she completed a powerful mission. She taught me so intentionally and intuitively, and she lives on through me. Your ancestors, they live on through you in
Mhm.
this realm. Every
Right.
time you express yourself, they live on through you.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I'm living, she's living too. My grandmother's living too. All my ancestors are living.
That's right. That's
So
right.
if her mission was to get me to this point and further, job well done, mommy.
Job well done,
So
Miss Hayes.
please express
Job
your full soul. I'm telling you, y'all,
well-
be everything. Be
yeah.
everything.
Mother
That's
was a
it.
mother was a sweet person, man. Big up to your mom and your
Yeah.
grandmother, sweet, and your uncle.
Yes.
These are people that I know, from Nation
Mhm.
Islam. So, again, Dr. Shakira, thank you so much for coming on and spreading your intellectual iridology love. Let's give a She did a
Cute.
wonderful job as usual. It looked like since Brother Rich was in the chat, more than likely you're gonna be on his soon too. So Brother Rich,
Okay, let's
you know
do
what to
it.
do, Brother Rich. Get it in, get it in, get it in.
Hmm.
Hopefully you can come and be a part of this beautiful fundraiser with on April the 18th. If you can, let me know. If you can't, it's all
Okay.
right. But we have
Okay.
Anthony T. Browder March the 21st. We're doing what we got to do over there. But yeah,
Yes.
I'm in New York. You in PA, so you know we back up here for a
I
reason. I know
know.
we up
Yeah.
here for a reason. They
And I'm
always a reason
happy.
when you come back up these areas from down south. So I'm
Hmm.
happy that I'm able to tap in and put my angelic arms back into the fray of things. And thank you so much for what you do. All right, and
Thank you for having me.
of course, you know
Thank you.
that's easy peasy.
Yes. And and
All
for
right.
Women's History Month.
Women's History Month, her
Yes,
story,
her
all
story. Yes.
ever, ever, forever, ever. You know what it is, and
Absolutely.
we will talk. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, family, for the amazing questions. Looking forward to the next time.
Yes. Thank you, sister. All right. Peace and love.
Peace and love.
All right. That's our sister, man. Dr. Shakira Moore in the mother flipping building. Of course, her website looking tight, of course. Look at that big old eye in there. Look at this big old eye. Let me show you the big old eye. Let me put the eye right in front. Put the big eye in there and everything else. Look at that. She got great products. That's her. I mean, she really look into your eyes, man. Look at them eyes right there. I don't know who eye it is. She got the before and after when they had problems, and then after that, they had better. They got started getting healed. And she got some great testimonials in there. She got to check her testimonial to go read it by different people like Carlene, Sheena, Lita, all these different people. She got a whole bunch of testimonies on her website. So make sure these young soldiers are doing. They think she's in her 30s, man, but she's an old soul. When I say she's an old soul, she definitely vibrating her grandmother's energy. And her grandmother was an excellent writer for the Final Call newspaper. And I believe she did Muhammad Speaks. I'm not sure, but I know she was in this Final Call newspaper back in the day. And again, make sure you go to all her platforms, Holistic Hope, all platforms, or go to her Holistica Healer at Linktree, or go to her holisticapalace.com. Hit her up at email, findingyourbeauty at yahoo.com. That's findingyourbeauty at yahoo.com. If you want to bring her on your show, that's a beautiful thing. Also, support what she's doing as one of these young melanated sisters. Thank you. Naturally grounded in nature. Thank you for sharing. Definitely reinforces the community to eat, cleanse, detox, and live according to the season. Yes, thank you very much. And everybody that's on Instagram, big up to you. I can't really show your stuff, but thank everybody. Alchemist for coming on, Prince Imagine, Ronald, Jay Hank, back up, Michael Thomas, big up to ATM, my good friend ATM from back in the day, Matt Queen, my son, Prince Imagine, 9 Ether. Thank all of y'all on Instagram for coming in and showing out. And those that came on Facebook too, you know, broadcasted on 3 different platforms. So that was good. And I'm really, really happy that we had our sister on. Also, just want to remind all you beautiful people right here on King Simon Presents Only Quality People. You know what it is. If you do want to book a session with me, if you do want to book a session with me, I've been up all night doing all kind of promotional stuff. But numerovational consultation with King Simon, pre-recorded consultations, 100 for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 136 for 15 minutes. Live advisory sessions directly over the phone with me. Those are the pre-recordings. You just ask a certain amount of questions, and boom, I answered it and give any extras within the pre-recorded 10-minute or 15-minute. But the other ones, the 30-minute and 60-minute, you get to talk to me directly and ask me any one of the questions you want. Just remember, this is not psychic. This is not psychic. This is paying attention to pattern, cycles, and sequences. All right. And of course, let me remind everybody, got to put this disclaimer. Always put a disclaimer, not that one. Let me put this one up. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. You know, although you might not see, you see a lot of foolishness going on out there, and they don't put out disclaimers. Believe me, because I come from a terrestrial radio and terrestrial TV background, FCC and whatever's monitoring YouTube, they are taking notes. They are, and all of a sudden your whole channel gone because you didn't have certain disclaimer. You didn't say alleged. You didn't. You got to know the language of this. If you're going to be a content creator, you got to know what's going on because they are monitoring everything that we are saying and everything that we're putting out there, and we have to be very mindful and be very strategic. That's one thing I learned, to be strategic in a lot of the organizations that I've been in, the spiritual organizations that I've been into. Big up to my son, who is the producer of my audio book called The Numerovation for Mental Stability, only on those that are in my membership. If you're my loyal membership, that's all I'm focusing on. It's only $9.99 a month. You get to listen to this 4 hour read by yours truly, King Simon, audiobook with the healing tones in the background. Okay. And it was produced by Prince Imagine from greenstudioNYC.com. That's greenstudioNYC.com. If you want yours done, you can call these numbers right here if you want your audio book done. If you got a good mic at home, you could do it at home and then email it to him and he'll do the editing. You know, he'll do all of that. And you tell him what kind of tones or music or whatever background you want, frequencies. My son is about that life. And he's just about doing great beats. And somebody just called me and said they're working with him right now. So who just called me and said they're working with him? Somebody called me. I can't even remember. So many people call me and text me all the time. Again, if you do want to book a session, text me your full name and date of birth. Right now, I do have a 30% off for the 30-minute session right now until March the 20th. So you got a few more days until March the 20th. You got to get the 30% discount for the 30 minutes only, the 30-minute session only. Next upcoming will be my brother Anthony T. Browder will be with us on the 18th, live and direct at 3 p.m. I got a surprise guest co-host coming up with me too. But we're going to be speaking about we are the ancient ones on the planet, not just in the Americas, not just in Africa, but on the planet. And we're going to touch on a lot of questions. I'm going there with Anthony respectfully. I'm going to go there with our brother. I have to, because there's so much information putting out there. And Brother Rich did a great job with him, but I got to go there because, you know, I got to deal with these elders now because I'm an elder now too, like I said, Dukatir said. This is one of my next lessons that's coming up. This one is called Hold On to Those Who Holds On to You. I heard Butcher Bantan say this with Queen Flip while he was in New York recently. And I said, you know what? I like that. I want to break down the word hold and holds with the S because that's how he said it, you know? So I want to make sure, and you'll find there's different frequencies with the numbers when it connected to the word hold and what we got to hold on to. If people are not holding on to you, let them go. If they're not trying to rise up and they're trying to pull you down like a crab in the barrel, let them go. Oh man, I'm all about letting people go, family, friends, situations, all of that. Relationships, if you can't pull them up and then they pull you up after you push them up, if they can't, you can't hold on to them, let them go. I'm telling y'all that right now. All right. Also, if you have mommy issues, this is for ladies only. She's going to be doing men only also coming up soon. But ladies are the ones that are working on themselves. They're doing more work on themselves than some of these men. But my sister, Dr. Alicia, Dr. Kair, she is having a 12-week online 4:44 a.m. And it takes discipline to wake up and do things like this and go get this counseling and get this workshop going and get this whole course going. And you can go to the website mymothermymirror.com, and also you could text the word mirror to 615-812-6342. That's 615-812-6342. If you know you've been going, somebody called me the other day and says, am I becoming my mother? Somebody that I know for a long time, a family member. And I started laughing because I know her mother. I started dying laughing. She called me late that night. I was like, what the hell? I said, oh, Lord, please don't become your mama. And sometimes some of our women and some of y'all sisters are becoming like your mama, especially if you don't have your biological father around. Some of you are acting like your mama, and your mama was something else. Let's be real. Your mama was something else. Stop playing. All right. So just be careful. If you got trauma with your mama, that sister got a great 12-week program to help cleanse and detox that from you, or at least help you to manage it as much as you possibly can. All right. Those who want to advertise, here's my promotional services, of course. You'll definitely be shared on all these different platforms, and it's only $100 per month. Okay, that's what we're doing here. 347-496-1022, or you can DM me at King Simon Presents or text 347-496-1022. Coming up next, also after Anthony T. Browder comes into town, he's going to be coming in town live and direct, of course. I want to keep that in y'all heads. We're going to be at Nicholas, Brooklyn from 1 to 5 p.m. having a big old party over there on March the 21st. Book signing, presentation, and we're gonna have opening sound bowl alignment healing with Sister Kafunya. Is gonna be powerful. So make sure y'all come on out. And on the 22nd, on Sunday, I'll be interviewing this beautiful lady, Dr. Nalani Valentine, Dr. Phil Valentine's wife. Life is what you make it. You remember that song? Life is what you make it, my darling, my dear. Come and make it. I know that you will. Mr. Ragamuffin love, come give me the ragamuffin love. But we're gonna have Dr. Lalani come in live and direct Women's History Month, and then closing out Women's History Month will be Daisy and Dolores Peters. Did God forget to color our feet? She's talking about the bottom of your feet. So that's a very interesting topic. I've read the book, very good. I love it. I love it. Big up to my brother Han Shi, martial artist Khalik Lewis. He's going to be with me on March the 25th. We're going to be promoting this April the 4th event happening in Brooklyn over there at the Akbar Hall on Bedford Avenue. I'll be covering that event with my television show. We're going with our YouTube broadcast. And remember, get all my books on Amazon right now. Publications, all of them are on Amazon. For faster finding, you can go to Linktree / King Simon Numerator. All the links are right there in my Linktree. All right. And if you are into martial arts, in May, we got another one coming up in May. I will be covering this, but on May 2nd, I will be there. This is a tribute to Dr. Moses Powell and Professor V, the gathering of the Sanukis masters, of course, the gathering of the Grand Masters. All these great masters are going to be in the building. Except one of them. One of them in the picture passed on. They transitioned. So big up to Gene, Grandmaster Master Gene, who passed on. But all these masters are going to be in the building on that day. And let me see what else. In June, if you are in Long Beach, California, I will be covering that too. You can come and shake hands, bring a baby. Let me hug the babies and all that kind of stuff. Bring them on over. Let me shake some hands and play and have some fun over there. At June the 27th with Raw Life First Defense Seminar coming up over there at the Expo Art Center at 4321 Atlantic Avenue in Long Beach, California. So yeah, your brother's traveling, doing what I love to do best. Join my membership family. Please join the membership. You know what it is. And you get to see all of my lessons, because all of these numerology or numerovational lessons go into my membership in within 12 to 24 hours every day. All right. I'm always putting it up. If I do it live, I'm going to put it up in the membership. And salute to Lloyd Strayhorn all the time. Salute our brother Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Make sure you support our brother, everything that he does. That's my brother. And get on his app. He got a very basic but nice app. Make sure you support a star 8. And Nicholas Brooklyn, last but not least, let's big up to the one, the only Nicholas Brooklyn. Make sure you support our sisters and the GoFundMe. Those that have been helped by Nicholas, work for Nicholas, they should support Nicholas also. No matter what you've been through, make sure y'all support Nicholas Brooklyn, Nicholas Culture, because she put people to work. She get people jobs. She allow people to do events at the community. And I got to big up Radiohead Rich. Of course, I got the cigars. Go to his email. Email him at richinmerit@yahoo. That's richinmerit@yahoo. Radiohead cigars. That's Radio Cigars. Very good cigars. Believe me when I tell you, you can use them for smudging, you can use them for incense, you can use them for whatever, but make sure you support our brother. And again, book your consultations or get the discount for the 30% off. All right, family. On that note, I got to get on out of here. I want to take a step to the rear and get the heck on out of here. And don't forget, take my classes on udemy.com. That's udemy.com. Put in the word numerovation, and you can take my introductory class to numerovation right there on Udemy. I don't care what language you speak. They translate it in Spanish, Hebrew, Arabic, German, all of that. You just let them know which language you want them to and they'll translate my old class right there in front of you. Big up to the Mums crew, people that are joining me on Mums, the Metaphysical Underground, music social that I'm going to be producing. So look out for that. Go to my Linktree / King Simon the Numerator. Remember what Dr. B says: I forgive myself, my family, and others for imperfection, and I am grateful and thankful for my life. And remember what the late, great Dr. Blair used to say: please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open up my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Family, thank you. Thank you. Once again, thank Dr. Shakira Moore for coming on, rescheduling because she was supposed to come on Sunday, but she rescheduled for today. Thank you again. And thank you for being your great self. And whatever you're doing out there, just make sure you do it till you're satisfied. Whatever it is, you got to do it. Do it to the moon. Gotta do it, baby. Do it till you're satisfied. Make sure you finish what you start. But make sure you do it because you love doing what you love to do. Make sure you love what you do, baby. That's how it is. All right. Family, take care. And remember, I love you because I love me, of course. All right. And is there anybody I want one more person? I think there's one more person I have to shout out. Oh, yeah. Denise Muhammad. Big up to Denise Muhammad. Make sure you text the word change. Text the word change, and she could help you out with a whole lot of life situations that be going on. Credit repair, all of that. All right. So shout her out. She's been on my show before too. All right, family. Be safe, and we'll talk to you next time. One love.